Illustrand that examines the way film music works, composer and film historian Neil Brand will be concentrating on the fixtures and fittings of film scores, the bits that enable the visuals to work to maximum effect. Here's Neil to reveal the first examples.
One of the most fundamental things that music does with film is underline what we would call in film a reveal. A reveal is the moment at which a sequence has built up to one great big shot or statement or idea, and that the music usually is marking that because that one single shot is absolutely essential to the heart of the film. So what I played in the menu was this sense of kind of something coming. And that big open at that point, and then usually a total musical statement.
Well, that sounds like opening out into some big area or coming over the top of a hill or something. What is it?
The sense there, I think, is of a landscape, is of opening a door into a landscape. So you think of the opening of something like Silverado, or indeed The Searchers, where you actually do see a door open onto a landscape, and immediately that landscape is the whole world the film's going to take place in. Something like Lawrence of Arabia, in which Peter O'Toole has a match in front of his face, and you see the match glowing, and he blows it out, and as he blows it out, we cut straight away to almost complete darkness, and you get this. And you see the sun start to rise in the distance, incredibly slowly. And then bang, into the desert. Another instance, you take a filmmaker like Tim Burton. All of Tim Burton's films are about hidden things being revealed. And the great score there is Danny Elfman's Batman, where actually you hear a reveal in the title music. Batman's own theme is, which you hear quite small. And then comes the reveal, even though it's only under the title. And then you're into the rhythm. Batman is going to be full of moments in which the camera pulls through a darkness or something hidden, and suddenly, wham, there it is.
In a sense, it's the musical equivalent of going into the Batcave and suddenly...
It really is, and finding not what you expect there. I think one of the great things about modern film is that it's continually setting out to show us things we've never seen before, and sometimes an entire movie can be predicated around that. I want to finish by my favourite reveal of all time, which is from what I still think is a masterpiece of a movie, which is The Railway Children. And this is a scene that almost everybody knows, and I almost challenge anybody not to cry at. And on the day that the big reveal is going to happen, we know that the children have been sent away to Yorkshire with their mother because their father has been taken to prison. And we know that the old gentleman, who's the most magic element of the railway, has done something, we don't know what, something wonderful. But Bobby is also, the Jenny Agutter character, her mind is off somewhere else on the day that this magical thing is going to happen. And she goes down to the station. The train comes in, smoke right across the platform, and you hear the real sound start to bleed away. The sound of the engines, the sound of the voices. And behind you get... And she's looking down the platform. The train pulls out. And there's still the smoke there. And we go right close into her face. And there's somebody standing in the smoke. And you see her recognise him. And you just hear this as the reveal. And she starts to run in slow motion. Daddy, my daddy. And that's where they meet. And they freeze. You can hear me welling up. They freeze at that point, as if it's as a snap photograph of the happiest moment they'll ever have, the two of them.
Is a reveal almost inevitably a series of ascending notes?
I think probably yes. It's because we are used to this idea that music leading us is leading us somehow up and out, not down and in. If you did try it with sort of downward movement of music, it somehow doesn't have that same sense of... which does feel like coming up out of a pathway to an open area.
It's kind of Fidelio syndrome.
Yes, and it's that physicality as well. I think this is one of the things that we want to talk about this year, is that music has a physicality to it which is almost body language. And we actually respond to music very much in a kind of instinctive animal way. The way that music is dealing there with reveals, it's always this sense that we have been taken from dark to light, even if it's a greater darkness, even if it's something unbelievably horrible there, it's still a light has been shone on that thing. And music has that ability. And of course, 19th century romantic classical music is full of reveals. I mean, these huge explosions of music, which you can see how inevitable it is then that the music can be taken and fitted to pictures with such ease.
Neil Brand,